everyone, what is up? I hope you all have been having such a wonderful week. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Teaya Joy. Welcome. And to everyone who's already part of the fam, as you can see, there's been a lot of updates that's been happening lately, and I'm just super excited to share with you. And of course, you're already part of the fam, so you already see what's going on. Now, if you have not seen last week's video, don't worry, I got you. Here's a small clip so I can get you started. Check it out.
It's so funny that Max would be like, yo, what you tell me what to do? You ain't got no legs. He's like, no legs? This sound like a challenge to me. And so they went and got all the guys. They start going in there in the room that Max was in, and then they just started tapping, trying to show Max like, you ain't got no, like, how you gonna talk to us? Like, what do you mean? Just because we old don't mean we can't get down. And yo, they killed it. Every single one of them just shows that no matter what your age is, it doesn't matter. Once you do something once you have a love for something, it doesn't matter how old you are, you're gonna still continue to do it.
Now, if you want to see more of that, I will have the link above. Check it out. It's such a wonderful movie, and it was great to just see Gregory Hines and him doing his thing, and plus the legends like Sammy Davis up in there, and Harold from the Nicholas Brothers, and Sandman. Oh man, it's such an amazing review. So if you have not seen it, definitely go check it out. Savion Glover, he's still alive, so he's still doing his thing. So yo, go support him, show him some love, and you know, ask him questions if you have it, and just honor him, because he's definitely like one of the legends that's still alive today that has amazing tap skills. So definitely go check that out. But today I'm about to get into today's video, and I'm going to talk about Lindy Hop. And yo, I'm really excited to get into this, but before I do so, if you have not been a part of the fam yet, I would love for you to join and become part of the family. And I know some of y'all been checking it out. Like, I know you've been seeing it. I've been seeing the numbers going up. So go ahead, come be a part of the fam, and also hit the subscribe button down there, and also hit that bell so that way instantly you'll be notified and in the know when I upload a new video. Let's go. So Lindy Hop, yo, like, I've seen it before in one of the movies I'm going to talk about, and there's 5 I'm going to talk about. It's mainly going to be one group I'm going to really talk about, majority because of the fact of how amazing they are and how they just really helped bring it to the scene. And so first of all, let's just talk a little bit about Lindy Hop. So Lindy Hop, the actual word came from Charles Lindbergh, and he was on his way to he was coming from Paris, and he was crossing Atlantic Ocean, and I guess in the newspaper it was called Lindy Hop Atlantic crossover type thing going on. And so he pretty much took on the name, and that's how Lindy Hop, the name, come about. So the credit goes to Charles, so credit to him. And the Lindy Hop is actually known as the jitterbug, and it's an authentic Afro-Euro-American swing dance, and it was actually born in Harlem, New York, so which is really cool. So this is wonderful to know that this is like an African-American type made dance, and it's a mixture of a lot of things. So the Lindy Hop is a mixture of the Charleston, the Texas Tommy, and the Hop, and it's a social dance. And if you've seen it, it looks like a lot of fun, but then again, a lot of craziness going on at the same time, because you know, you swing at each other, you flip it and stuff. It's like interesting, but it looks like a lot of fun, and it's a social dance. And I definitely know, and I'm gonna get a little bit as I talk about it, you definitely gotta trust your partner if you're gonna be doing the Lindy Hop, period. Because if not, and all it takes is one drop, it is a wrap. But it's it's an amazing dance, and it has swing, it has flips, it has tricks, it has a lot of partner work, and the beats is 120 to 180 beats per minute, so you can get a feel the tempo for those if you are musical out there, you want to know how fast it is. So it is pretty fast tempo when it comes to doing the Lindy Hop, and it's very entertaining, most definitely. But as I'm going to talk about these movies, I know Whitty's he is one of the guys. His name is Herbert Whitty White, and he started this group called the Whitty Lindy Hoppers. And so he pretty much came about with this company by taking ballroom. And so when he did ballroom and started doing swing dance, he saw these amazing dancers, and he formed his own group called the Whitty Lindy Hoppers. And so they performed all over Paris, Latin America, Australia, and parts of America. Their biggest break was in the movie where they actually got the spotlight on, was actually A Day at the Races, and dancing to All God's Chillin' got rid of. All God's Chillin' got rid of. And so here's a little, like, as we see the clip, it's also featured the Marx Brothers, who's an amazing, funny comedy type group of brothers, and they actually done a lot of great movies. But it was really fun. I could definitely tell with this one, it's like an introduction into them showing the basics movements of Lindy Hop, because you see them, there's like 4 groups, and first it starts off with Dorothy Miller and Johnny Smalls, and then it goes into Norma Miller, then Leon James, and then next thing you know is Snooky Beasley and Willa Mae Ricker, and then we have Ella Gibson and George Greenidge. And so they started dancing around. And also before that you have Troy Brown, aka John Bunch. He's out there, he's doing a little dance himself, and it just looked like a lot of fun by the way they be moving. You could definitely see there's a lot of basics of Charleston movements in there based off of how they were moving it around and swinging, and it just looks like so much fun. And to see each one go, I think the thing that really got me the most was at the end when they start stacking on top of each other and they're like waving goodbye, and they just look like they're having so much fun. Like it's just, they're just innocent people, and they're just having a great time, and you see the people gather around. You also see Herbert, he's in there. He's actually also known as the white streak in his hair, so if you want to identify, he's actually on the sides, he's actually in this scene, and he's like cheering them on. And I could definitely tell he probably like give the counts like 1 2 and 3, like get it right, like type thing. Probably not get it right, but it just seems like they just had a lot of fun. And on top, the one thing I didn't kind of like a little bit at the end of the scene was with the Marx Brothers. They were like, I guess there was some guys looking for them, and they were hiding. They put on some black face to make it seem like they're blended in with the African Americans, and that it kind of reminded me of the Minstrels. I know I talk about that in my top 10. Was it top 10? I believe it was my top. No, it was my top 5 favorite tap dancers, the males, and how I was talking about the Minstrels, and how when it comes to African Americans, they can't be in the same scene, just in case if they need to do some cuts. But when they were performing, and because African Americans wasn't really allowed to be on stage with the Caucasians, they would put black makeup on and portray African Americans. And so I don't know why, but you know, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But anyway, we're gonna keep it going. And so that was actually their first breakout with these Lindy Hop dancers, and then Hella Palooza. Now this definitely they go into deep details with this whole Lindy Hop, and yo, they was killing it, man. Like they went crazy. So you had the first group, they were going, and then I like how the girl when her headband fell, she does a flip, it catches it, then it keeps going, next thing you know it flies and it just goes off away. And then also when the second group, when she does the flip over his head, and then with the third group, he flips her and then catches her underneath, and then they just start doing some crazy stuff, man. But I think the one that really got me was the fourth one, and the way he was swinging her, yo, how he was grabbing, like putting her on her and throwing her off, and oh my gosh, they were just going crazy. It was just like so insane. And then next thing you know, like she kicks him in the butt, and then he takes her and does a flip, and he does a flip over, she does a flip, and then he does a flip over her. And yo, it just seems like but one thing I definitely could tell, like in this Lindy Hop dance, you really have to trust your partner, because if you're gonna be tossed all over the place like that and swung like that, there's no way you could be dancing and you are not trusting your partner. But I could definitely tell that they're having fun, and they just enjoy and figure out different ways they could do flips and tricks and stuff. So it's just like a whole lot of fun, and so I just really love that. That fourth couple, like they really got me. So the fourth one, which is Keep Punching in 1939, and so this was when they was doing the Big Apple contest, and this is just them doing it, like introducing to the whole group. And one thing I do know is the Whitney dance companies, they have performed a lot around the cotton clubs, which is great. And so I believe this is almost like a cotton club type scene, and it was really cool to see them going out. And then I could tell that it was like the simple, basic Lindy Hop. They weren't acting too crazy. I believe there's moments where you can do your tricks and flips, and there's moments where you can just introduce so that people can know what Lindy Hop is. And so I really like how they were just really entertaining the crowd, and it looks like it was like an all like African American type club where you have the band, and then you have the dancers, and you have the people in their fancy outfits and dresses, just like a night out at the club, just enjoying your homies and having a drink and just enjoying some entertainment and some beautiful live music. And I think that is the most funnest thing ever, is to go to a place like that where there's live music, where you have the whole orchestra, the band, you have somebody or the maestro just leading the band. There's something about that it just seemed like it's like such a fun place and thing to go to and just chill and just have a great time. But I just really love this scene, because you see once again the Whitney dancers, and evidently with Whitney, as you've seen like in the different scenes, like there are some different dancers, but with his company he had like over 70 dancers in part of this company, and I believe he like separated them in different eras. But the fact that he had that many people for his company is absolutely amazing. And like one thing I could definitely say, one word, is energy, and they definitely have it. And by even watching them, you definitely know that watching them and seeing them dance, you definitely know that you gotta have, like, it's a sport. Like, I don't care what anyone says, dance is most definitely a sport. I believe every single dance style, because it's so physical and it involves so much of your energy and muscles that you didn't even know you have until you start dancing. Dancing is a sport. I don't care what anyone say. If you believe that, say hallelujah in the comments. Tell me, shout yes. Like, give me some feedback. Let me know how y'all feel about that, because I most definitely can say that it definitely is a sport. The last thing I'm going to talk about, and this is going to be the last thing for the Whitneys, and this Hot Chocolate, it came out in 1941, and this is really cool, where you have the Whitney dancers dancing, and then you have Duke Ellington, and he's out directing the band. And one thing I could definitely say about this scene, it almost was like they did the same routines from the Hellapalooza dance so it kind of looks like the same, but still, you cannot go wrong. I could have been like, I think it's like it was around the same time when they were doing this dance, because they both was 1941. So I believe there could have been a possibility by them doing this, it was on stage, but no, it wasn't, because it was part of a show. And so, but you could definitely see some of the routines are a little bit the same. I feel like in this one also, not only is you can see it from that movie, but also it's like a combination also from A Day at the Races as well. They start doing their combo together. They start doing their partner work with all four couples. They start dancing together, and they doing their flips and tricks, and then they end up falling out. But then for this one, they did the similar ending, which I definitely know that there's a possibility that when he brought it back, of that ending of stacking on top of each other like they did at the Day of the Races, to end and then walk out in the crowd. So I believe that's what he was bringing back, was a mixture of everything that they've done. And so it was really cool to see that in the Hot Chocolate. movie, which was in 1941. And so the last thing we're talking about, and that was number 4, so sorry guys. Now the 5th one and the last one of the movie that I liked, where you can definitely see the introduction and how Lindy Hop is, and I really love how they brought this back by the help of some amazing people such as Frankie Manning, Norma Miller, and Ola Salid. I'm gonna say maybe Salad. Sorry for butchering your name. And that is Malcolm X, that came out in 1992 with Denzel Washington and Spike Lee. And yo, just to see this and how they brought it back once again, Frankie and Norma. And Norma is known as like the queen of swing dance. But the fact, and they're also in the scene too. But it was really cool the fact that they brought this back, because it's such a beautiful dance style, and just seeing so many African American and just coming together in this celebration at this huge club with the live music. Once again, you cannot go wrong with live music, period. And so just to see them dancing and bringing that era of the swing, Lindy Hop, Charleston, flip your partner around, swing them, turn, have an amazing time, slide, drag, all the things you can think of as you see them doing in this scene. Just great old fun. I think the cherry on top for me with this whole scene was to see Denzel Washington get down, because when you see him in movies, you know, you see him, he's like in the series, he's playing like a thug or a gang, or you see him being more serious, like playing as an assassin or a coach, such as Remember the Titans, which is my movie. Like, you see him in all these other roles, but to see him in this role in Malcolm X and have him go to the club and start swing dancing and having some fun, and I'm pretty sure there may be a possibility he had a stunt double, but the way it looks like he did majority of the stuff himself. I mean, it would be a cool interview to know, like, Denzel, did you do all this stuff? But at the end of the day, it just seemed like he was having such a great time. You really see Denzel, aka Malcolm X, come alive in this scene, and just to see him get down, it's like, you better, Denzel, you better get down. But yo, like, this scene looked like so much fun. Like, to be honest, it would be so cool. I don't know, because a lot of these movies are pretty old, but it'd be so cool if they do a remake to bring this type of dance style to life. I mean, I know this came out in 1992, which was great, but that was such a long time ago. But just to reintroduce to the world today and where dance is now, and just to go back into history and learn a little bit more, I think this will be a cool dance style to bring to the screen again. And knowing that it has to do with me and my culture, me and as an African American, and seeing dances like this and seeing the community come together and have such a great time and just enjoy each other's company and see how fast we can go to the music, I think that's just amazing. And so just to see this, and knowing that the last one was in 1992, it just brings so much joy, because it's like, this will be a cool, like, not saying remake Malcolm X, like, I'm not saying that, because Denzel did a great job as Malcolm X. Like, I believe when people do a great job doing biopics for leaders and people from the industry, sometimes it's like one is good enough. We don't need a whole bunch. Like, unless we want to go deeper, they do a biography and have people talk about the person, but not another movie about it. But I think it'd be really cool to have like this introduction to even Whitney's dancers in Lindy Hop and how that came about. That would be a cool documentary or a cool movie to see about that, because it's historic. It's something that happens, and not only that, they were like champions in the ballroom back in that time, and no one really knows about it or talk about it that much. And so yes, you can go on YouTube and you can check out the videos and say, wow, that's cool, but I mean, you don't really know too much about it if it's not really put out there. And I know Malcolm X was an introduction to get it out there. It's like, wow, this is happening. But it was actually an amazing time around that era, and it was like it came around the same time as swing, but it was just swing on a whole nother level. But anyway, I just thought that the movie was really, really great, and it'd be cool to see another one. And I will definitely list all the choreographers. So I know I mentioned a couple. So I believe Whitney, he was like one of the main choreographers for, since it was the Whitney Dance Company, Lindy Hop. So, and then also Herbert, who is Herbert White, aka Whitney. Then you have Frankie Manny, Norma Miller, and Otis Salid, who is the choreographers for Malcolm X. So I'll definitely list all the dancers in my beautiful, beautiful Dancers Hall of Fame, because I believe it's just very important that we honor people who have paved such a way for all of us, even though we may not know it, but once the light is shined, we got to give an applause. So great job to everyone and all the dancers. And so if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. I would love to hear what you all have to say in the comments below. So definitely leave a comment. If you have not subscribed yet to the channel, I would love for you to be a part of the fam. There is more coming, y'all, and I do not want you to be behind and left out. So hit that subscribe plus the bell, so instantly when it comes out, you will already be the first to know, like, okay, well, she's put out a video, what is up? I got my ding, I got my bing, I got me. No, but anyway, but that's all that I have, y'all. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to see you guys soon. If you have not checked out the rest of my videos, I will put a whole, like, there's so much more you can check out. So many dance reviews, more top 10s and top 5s, and also some makeup eyeshadow tutorials that I do as well. So definitely go check those out, and I will definitely see y'all in the next video. And if you have not yet, I encourage you not just to make good choices, y'all, but make wise choices.